from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. 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 When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it. Many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They say no to sleepless night. Will you find me? Hope you find me. I'll be back home soon. When the sun rises, when the sun we're trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. We're trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me howling at the moon.
Test. Uh-oh. We already? We just gonna start with the music? It's a little too loud though. How's everybody doing? The music just decided it wanted to do its thing. The music just decided, hey, just what I want to do. But we are definitely not on kick. So let me switch that around. Let me switch. Hold on, let's see here. Let me switch this around. We're not on kick yet. How about that? We're not on kick yet. What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. I'm over here trying to get all the stuff together that I should have already had, but you know, there we go. What is this sub goal? What? It's just too much going on right now. It's just too much going on right now. There we go. And now, since we're also streaming to the YouTube Shorts at the same time, that's why I'm all discombobulated. Because I'm like, I'm trying to do way too much for an old man. For an old man, I'm trying to do way too much, but it is what it is. We gonna get it going on. Happy Saturday, everybody. Okay, APB to TMH tuned in from Warner Robins. That's what's going on. That's what's up. Let me get that up there. That down here. All right, we good. What's going on, Warner Robins? So anyway, let me let me turn this. Look, I'll be sitting here like vibing. Let me stop. Let me stop. All right, so if you are on the YouTube Shorts feed, you should be able to see this. I don't know how many of y'all over there because I don't know how to have like the little numbers separate for like main and shorts. But anyway, it is what it is. So y'all, this is you see the title of the stream, whether you're on shorts or whether you're on main. What up, Scents and Fragrances? Me and my man Scents and Fragrances, we ended our Warzone run today with the dub. We got the W, and I was like, hey, it's time to get off the game. But no, I knew I had to stream. So a couple of announcements before we get into the Q&A. Before I Is Sherry not here? Is Micah not here? Y'all not here? Well, I got Brock. So listen, before I release the hounds, and y'all know who the hounds are, before I invite TikTok to the party, I'll make a couple of announcements. But first, welcome to Hoodoo Q&A live Saturday night. It's a little more relaxed Saturday night, but not much. And this is the pre-kick stream, meaning we are going to leave here and go over the kick in about 15, 20 minutes or so. And then, we're just going to chill out over there. If y'all don't know, kick is where I'm going to be streaming predominantly from now on. Excuse me, but I decided to kind of ease you guys into the transition, just ease y'all into it, not just rah, just, run y'all over. So we're just going to ease into it. All right, so that's what we're going to do. But anyway, so if this is your first live stream, what I want you to do is type a great big capital Q and then your question. That helps me to see your question in the chat. And listen, family, family, I want y'all to listen. That is just for live streams. Why do I have some of y'all emailing me to my Q and then you ask your question in an email? Why y'all do that? Why y'all do that? Go ahead. Talk to me. Tell me. Why do y'all do that? And then Noonie is over there making a lot of noise right now. But anyway, yeah. So we're not gonna do that, okay? Not with emails. Not with emails. Okay? All right. So that's announcement number one. Announcement number two is I know what's up, Micah? I know you guys were very, very well, not upset, but you guys were like, oh man, it's no more text line, blah blah blah. And y'all, overwhelmingly understood why I did not have the text line running. Y'all overwhelmingly understood. But then you were like, okay, but I really want to be able to text you. So this is what I've got going on, family. There's an app that apparently a lot of y'all knew about. I didn't know. It's called Voxer. 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 And it's like the old school Nextel chirp. Skirp, skirp. And that allows me to hear like some quick messages from you guys, send them back, going about my business. Okay. So for the time being, unless somebody messes it up, you guys can chirp me over on the Voxer app. That's Voxer. You can chirp me on the Voxer app, and I think it is global. So, the Broken Army is worldwide. Okay. It's worldwide. So y'all can chirp me on Voxer. All right. There. But no, see, that's it. Those are my announcements. Not bad, huh? I'm over here still touching stuff. Still touching stuff. And I probably shouldn't, but anyway, here we go. All right. So let's get this party started. I know it was a couple of questions up there. Let's see here. Let's see here. What do we have? See this way when I'm scrolling, I can just look for the cues, but I don't have to do that in the email. Cap says Q, one way love spells. I have no idea what you mean by that. Use more words, Cap. I feel like you left something out. I feel like you left something out. That's a cue with a statement and a question mark on the end. Like, no, I need a little bit more than that. Need a little bit more than that. I'm sorry. XRP, y'all, XRP is famous. I actually talked to XRP not too long ago. And XRP is just as interesting one on one as he is in the chat. Just as interesting one on one as is in the chat. Okay. Good God Almighty. XRP says, "Will Solomon still help my ADHD?" It will help. Okay, it will help. But if I were you, I would use that in conjunction with a cooling bath to help slow you down. That's what I would do. Oh, okay. All right. Look, so I'm seeing two different streams here. So I'm seeing the YouTube Shorts, which APB to TMH is in Shorts. Everybody else is over in main. So I'm liking this. What's up, Denise? Denise, you over there in the short stream. All right. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. So let's see what else we got here. Cap one says, question: is there a way to do one way? Thank you, Cap. I appreciate that. Cap had me a little confused. Is there a way to do one way love spells, meaning you want to intensify the way they feel about you, but you don't want it to overpower you? They will not overpower you. They will not. A lot of times people will say, I did a love spell and it backfired. No, your thirsty tail was halfway there anyway. You heard that before? People say, I did a love spell, but now it's backfired and I want them. You were halfway there anyway. You may have thought you wanted revenge or you wanted to get back. Yo, old parched. You were halfway there anyway. That's just like when people will do a love spell and go, I feel like it's backfiring because now I'm dreaming about them. Well, when we see things walking around in the world, okay, we see things. And the things we see will often lead us to dream about them. Okay. I have a lot of pet snakes. So when I dream about a snake, I don't even bat an eye because I see them all day long. Okay. So when you do a love spell, you're thinking about that person. That's why you did it in the first place. So yeah, it's not gonna overpower you, Cap. You know, a lot of times folks are just thirsty. Oh shoot, I need a button. I need a button over here. But Tiptoes, thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate it. Akeem Q says, "What can I do for revenge?" Anybody with toddlers, why do they just come in and just screech, just just for no reason? There's no reason, just come in and screech. But you do the allspice working that I've given out. Guys, when I give out a working, I see, and here's the thing, I'll give out a working and then people will ask, well, what's a good work? And I know what y'all mean when y'all ask what's a good working for something. You mean what is something simple that I, who have no experience, can do that's guaranteed the most powerful results with very minimal effort? That's what you're asking. When I give out a working either on TikTok or here on YouTube or wherever, uh-oh, I don't know how I did this. Did you see that? You're not watching the stream? Oh, you dozed off. Yeah, so I got into a test. This company was like, "Hey, we try out our new AI?" Um, you'll just have to see it. You just have to see it. You just have to see it. But so Akeem, if you okay, you're new, no problem, Akeem. So what you do is you take a cup, okay? Then you take some allspice. It separately, you heat the allspice up in some water like it's tea. Okay? Heat it up. You put a picture of your enemy down in the cup and then you pour the boiling allspice onto the picture. Then that will lead them to some really bad times. But Tiptoes, thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. And Tiptoes like, so nice to see you on YouTube. Now for long, Tiptoes, we about to head over. Oh shoot, I forgot to let TikTok in here. Y'all know we gotta let them in here. I don't know why y'all so hateful when it comes to TikTok. We gotta let them in. They're part of the family. Let me go ahead and let them know. I'm about to release the hounds, so okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Here they come. We about to open the floodgates. Here comes TikTok. They're gonna be here in a second. But anyway, let's keep on going. XRP says, thank you. I enjoyed last night. XRP is talking about a phone conversation, y'all. Noonie. Noonie's over here giving her little claps. So yeah, apparently, if you guys, good morning from the Netherlands, Yona Rome, good morning from, I mean, good, good night from South Georgia. Oh wait, hold on. Let's let TikTok into the chat so that we can see them. Let's let them into the chat. Now, whenever I let TikTok in, there's this weird puzzle you gotta slide and line it up. You know how hard that is to do with the mouse, TikTok? Do you seriously know how hard that is to do with the mouse? Noni, stop. Speaking of hard to do y'all know how hard it is to keep a toddler away from like cords and cables and whatnot? And my sister's not helping. She's sitting there dozing. And I'm like, why you always dozing? What you tired from? I'm just kidding. She does. She works a lot. But you ever look at somebody in life and be like, why you so tired? What you tired from? What's up, financial minister? I see you over there holding it down on TikTok for me. I appreciate you. Y'all, financial minister's on the line. 1 800 305 1014, extension 13. 12. Extension 12. That's financial minister. So let's get to some more of these Q and A's. Yolanda says, "Q, did you get my TikTok message?" I did. I've just not responded back yet, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. So everybody, I need to put this in the chats. I need to put this in the chats because you guys can, for the time being, as long as don't nobody mess it up, you can message me on the Voxer app as VOXER. It's like old school Nextel chirp, and so I can chirp y'all. I can shut it down, and at night nobody wakes me up because you know what? Y'all love to text me late at night, and then a couple of people had the audacity to be like, "Well, you gave out your number." I'm like, "I did." Well, why don't you just shut your phone off at night? I'm like, you know what? That made a lot of sense. I can't argue with you, but instead I just cussed them out. I can't argue with you. I'm gonna still cut you out. It is what it is. Prince Hakeem. Oh, Yolanda, you look, Yolanda, you done okay? Welcome. I am happy for you to be here as well. Romel says I'm a narcoleptic, so I'm always tired. I feel you. Listen, when I feel you. What's up, JoJo? I see you over there on TikTok. I feel you. I have a noonie. My 1.5-year old niece. Once they reach one, I don't do that month thing. Have y'all noticed people do that? Like, how old your baby? 29 months. Like, your baby around about 2.5. Like, just stop. Just stop. Hey, JoJo. So yeah, make sure y'all get the Voxer app and start chirping me. But when you chirp me, let me know who you are and where you're from. The reason I like it is because you can just beep and then short message, right? Very short message. Let me get your message off there. Super short message, and then I feel like I can deal with that and not get overwhelmed. Not get overwhelmed. Like when I'm getting all these texts and all these emails, and plus it consolidates everything in one place. And speaking of things being consolidated and in one place and under one roof, family. Look, trueconjure.com, the site, it is up, it is live. It does route to my shop. If you need to go to my shop, you can go right there and it'll show you where that is. Okay. But within trueconjure.com, we have our own ecosystem. That is where you will be finding all my courses. I have courses upcoming because I'm kind of pausing the mentorships because they eat up a lot of my time, like my personal time. So, with that being said, I've come up with courses, and the courses, are they're like the happy medium between the webinar, which is like an hour, and the mentorship, which feels like they last forever. But it's somewhere in the middle. Each course is going to have like hours upon hours upon hours of recorded video, homework assignments. You can upload videos and everything like that. So check out trueconjure.com and create an account over there because there's also a community section over there. See, it's going to be like my own personal Discord and everything under one roof. So let me tell you, you're going to want to get in on the ground floor because there's a lot in the pipeline. Trust me. What's up, Sid? How's it going, brother? Thank all y'all for being channel members. I did not do the picture me rolling roll call. You know, Jojo, I see you over there. Thank you for being a subscriber still over on TikTok. Membership will have its privileges. Trust and believe it will. Thank you everyone who wears a badge over on TikTok. I do appreciate y'all as well. All right, so we got a question here. EDM says, question: do you have to say anything with the allspice spell? EDM, you said, well, I think some of you are new. If you're new, raise your hand. No problem. If you are new, family, a lot of people already know this, but I'm gonna let y'all know. If I don't say something, it does not mean it was omitted by accident. It means it is no longer relevant. See, unfortunately, when we come into hoodoo or a lot of practices, we read a bunch of books and blogs ahead of time, and the books and the blogs will tell you you've got to dispose of all your workings in a spooky space. There's got to be a Bible verse. There's got to be stuff like that. That is not the case. Every working is different. Okay. So, with that being said, if I do not give you a Bible verse, there wasn't one. Okay. If I don't say, oh, take this and dispose of it here, that means it doesn't matter where or how you dispose of it. For instance, with the allspice working that I just gave out, a lot of people have asked me, well, what do I do with it after I poured it over the picture? Okay. And I stopped with, hey, pour it over the picture. And that's where I stopped. That means that's where the working is stopped. That's where it's done, finished, finito. It does not matter. You can let it sit there until it cools off. You can take the picture out, dry it out, and use it again if you like to keep pictures like that. You can dump it all in the trash. It doesn't matter. Once it's poured, that's when it's done. All right. So hopefully that clears that up. I don't know who she calling. Noonie, bring me that phone. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you're not locked all the way out, but it says your passcode is required now. Y'all, Noonie has started having whole conversations on the phone. Get over there. So she'll pick up somebody's phone and go, "How you?" I'm like, "Oh man, okay, all right, we getting there. We getting there." Esoteric J, what's going on with you? All right, what else do we have here? All right, I am Leisha. Leisha says, did not know you can create an account on the website where I buy stuff. You can create an account on the new updated trueconjure.com. The new updated trueconjure.com. Thank you for being a channel member. I appreciate you. Big baby girl, what's going on with you? So I see a few of y'all are have joined through the short stream. Okay, a few of y'all are still on main. I like that. What's up, Amir? How's it going? Uh, Tiptoe says, question, Kiva working on dominating a stubborn. I have a whole webinar on controlling and compelling. An entire webinar. Just don't go putting their name or their paper in the shoe and walking on it. That, yeesh. Yeah, don't do that. Because the reason I say it is because that is baby aspirin. But I've got a whole webinar, 1 hour of nothing but top notch material. But you could do something as simple as burning some controlling incense, writing their name on a slip of paper, and passing it through the smoke as the incense burns. Now, this is something, and I'm glad you asked that. This is something that I had. This is a conversation that I've been having over and over and over again here recently, and that is people will ask, "Well, is there a stronger working for this, a stronger working for that?" And I want y'all to understand something. Workings do not level up like this, okay? No matter how arcane the ingredients or it like however weird the ingredients are. I say weird. What's the exotic? Like tiger's tooth or whatever, right? No matter how exotic the ingredients are, workings are never promotions. They're lateral transfers, meaning they don't level up in strength. The only leveling up is your focus, okay? And also having the right working to fit the job. So if ever you're not getting the results you're looking for, either one, you are doing the wrong working. Two, you're not focused. Three, you're not patient enough to let a working work because you're new. So when you're new, it is new people fail often. No one wants to hear that, but it's true. When you're new at anything, initially failure is something you get used to. Malaikum salam, Tata, what's going on with you? It's my godfather right there, y'all. He's the man who taught me there's a difference between asking questions and questioning. Is the truth though? Is the truth. Your work right now. Me too. Me too. So when it comes to, is there a better working? It's just the right working for the situation. And how do we find the right working for the situation? Divination. Learning how to do readings. Or getting a reading from someone that you trust. All right, what else do we have here? I'm gonna skip down to this question, and I'm gonna go back. No, I'm not gonna skip because it might delete. Akeem says, "Question: Do you know of Bobby Hemmett? I know of the name, but I've never looked into who he really was or anything. Because a couple of times people have sent me like videos, and I'm like, that dude a little crazy. Dude a little crazy. None but respect to that brother. I don't know him. I don't know him, but I've watched a couple of videos. And I'm like, yeah, sound like you just mixing everything all together. But that was it. Tiptoe said, "Yes, congrats on the new website launch. Appreciate it. It does look." Listen, Naomi from the Broken Army, from the Hoodoo, from the Conjure Cafe, she was the one who did that website, and I agree, it looks amazing. Y'all go check it out. Um, this person here, who with the Coraline avatar, is there a spell for fertility or increased libido? I need it. Okay, so which one are you needing? Because fertility and libido are two totally different things. Which one are you needing? And are you male or female? This is important. While you're typing, Ray J, is it all about intention? It is nothing about intention, Ray J, and I'm glad you asked that. It is nothing about intention because most people come here because you need something, right? You need something. Most people come to Hoodoo, Palo, or Risha practice, whatever, off of a need. Someone broke up with you and you were looking for something because now you blocked everywhere. You lost a job, you running from the law, you have all kinds of issues, right? And guess what? You didn't intend to have those problems. So your intention didn't mean anything then. It does not mean anything now. What's up, Breeze? I see you over there on TikTok. Jojo, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you. So no, it is not all about intention. I hear people say that a lot, and then they'll say something weird, like they'll give you a candle. So first you set your intent. How do you do that? How do you even do that? How do you set your intent? What does that even mean? One thing we've got to start doing or stop doing in the spiritual community family is just parroting words that we don't understand. Because if I ask one, well, what does it mean to set your intent? You have no idea. Do you think scratching your name in the candle puts your intention into it? No, it's all here. Well, here, because there's all this thing wants to do is pump blood. Like there's no. It kills me when people say, "But my mind wants this, but my heart says that." Your heart says nothing. It's all up here. You all cattywampus. You need to get this together. And speaking of getting this together, you see the way I did that? That smooth segue. Speaking of getting this together, I'm going to be offering spiritual life coaching. Yep, yep. Your boy's a certified life coach. That's Noonie, y'all. So I'll be offering spiritual life coaching. And what's the difference between that, a course, or a mentorship? The difference is this. Most people come to these practices, come to these traditions, like I said, based off of a need. And the need at its basic and core level is to be happy. And a lot of people will treat the symptoms, oh, this person left, oh, I don't have, those are symptoms. But I feel like we should, as spiritualists, treat the root of the problem and show people how to use these traditions to be happy. That's it. And a lot of people don't even know anymore what it means to be happy because we just follow the daily grind, or you know everyone's introverted. And so I'm implementing life coaching into this spiritual practice because not everybody wants to be a worker. Some people just want to know enough to get by and be happy. And in talking to someone, I'm not gonna say their name, but I told them, I said, hey, the type of women you chasing, you like they don't want to see your Magic the Gathering cards. And he was like, and that I was just joking when I said that. He was like, they're Pokemon cards, Prophet. I have Pokemon cards. I'm like, hey, okay. So that's what I'm going to be doing, you know, because also when you don't get a lot of the results from your working that you're looking for, a lot of it is because there's so much anxiety up here. There's so much focus in the wrong direction. There's so much going on that it's like, no, we got to get this straight. We got to get this straight. So that's why I'm like, oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Get some life coaching going on through here. All right, so now let me get back here. Let me get back. I'm still okay. Fertility, increased libido. All right, yeah, we'll get to that when I scroll down. Frankie Wap said, how big of a factor is one's ancestry or lack thereof in the success of a working? Okay, excellent question. Because in the instance of lineage, there is no lineage requirement in hoodoo. Like that was something that was carried over from other African traditional religions where your lineage matters, and it's not even as much as spirituality as much as people trying to validate who taught you. Okay, and also it's checks and balances. Like my godfather, my tata and Paulo is in the chat right here, right? And so if someone is like, "Oh, Lou made all that up in a book," I'm like, "No, I didn't. That's my godfather right there." Lineage matters in other ATRs for a different reason, but in hoodoo it doesn't because think of it like this: hoodoo is very very practical. And okay, my grandmother did work. My dad does work. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be worth the squat in it. It doesn't. Okay, just like there are people born to families everybody can dance. They the only one that can't. But on the other side of the equation, you can come from no workers whatsoever, and you can be the first in your line because you are the one who gets it. You're the one who acquired the knowledge, had the patience, practice, and got good at it. You can absolutely be like the very first of your line. So um, that's one way to look at your question. Another way to look at your question is do your are your ancestors on board with what it is you're trying to work on? Now, I get it. That is a very valid question if that's what you were asking as well. And the truth is, it'll be very hard if they're against it. But also, most of the time, right, unless you're trying to do something extremely heinous, you'll have ancestors who will step back and go, "That's on you." And then you have others who are with the you know what's who like, "Let's run it. Let's run it." So, hopefully, I gave you some insight on there. This person says, have you ever got tired of hoodoo, like wanting nothing to do with it at some point? You're like, absolutely, absolutely, yes, yes. Thank, thank you, thank you. Hey, 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 hey. Sorry, y'all. Wreck Your Ralph is in here spinning around, knowing he gonna fall. Yes, I mean, and honestly, that's not even just a hoodoo thing. I've seen paleros who get tired of their ngangas. I have seen people in Orisha practices that they're like, no, I don't want anything to do with my Orisha or anything like that. I think I honestly, when I see that, I'm like, okay, these are people who are really like doing it, and it's not just something for money because there's a relationship with these spirits. There's a relationship with these traditions, and like with any relationship, there's gonna come a time when y'all fall out. You know, the people who are like, "Oh, hoodoo is my life, and I've just loved it so much for years." I'm like, "Oh, you ain't got no juice whatsoever. Hush, hush." Jojo says, "Quick, do you have a workshop on divination?" I do. I do. You have to message me. You have to message me because I don't have it up on my site yet. But you know what is up on my site, y'all? Part two of Hoodoo Candle Magic. Part two. You shut them up in there? Yay. Just put her in there too. Oh, man. Shaylessa says, question, any working for passing the test? Absolutely. Dress a white candle with Solomon seal root and burn it next to your bed as you are studying, and make sure you have it going the night before your test. And also take some Solomon seal root. And I wear hats all the time, and put it in the bill of your hat, like up here. Here, I'll show y'all. I just didn't want to take my what you call it off, but like in here, my headphones, put them in here. Put the Solomon seal root in there before you go on the test. And yes, ladies, you can tuck it into the lace front. It'll work just as good. Tuck it in the lace front. All right. Y'all, we got like 4 more minutes and then we're going over to Kick. Kick.com. www.kick.com/the broken prophet. That's where we are. Brock says Irene is card working webinars. Oh, I appreciate that, Brock. Thank you. Sonda Lachey, brand strategy. What's going on? How are you? Cat one says, question: when casting a spell, your emotions are involved. Is it best when you are angry to stay calm while you're doing the spell, keeping your emotions in check, doing baneful work? I have no idea what baneful work is. Do you know this is a Hoodoo channel? Do you know this? Do you know that? I have no idea what baneful work is. Y'all just speak plain. But I will say this, okay? Just make sure that the emotions that you are feeling are in line with the working that you are doing. That is where most people fail. People will do money work while you all stressed out about your bills. Well, that's lacking. You cannot abundance and lacking can't be in the same place. Look, spiritual physics, cosmic law, not the broken prophets. Two things can't occupy the same place. So if you're doing angry work, you need to be angry. If you are doing love work, you need to be in love, not anxious and thirsty. Parched, Stephen. Your child is growling. Your child is growling. Anyone? Oh, that was loud. Stravani, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right, so for anyone who got here late, you guys can message me on Voxer if you message me on Voxer VOXER. The phone number is my old text nine number if it requires a number, okay? But the app is VOXER. It's like Nextel Chirp. You hit me up. Send me a message. Hit me on my Nextel Chirp. Anybody remember that song? Or am I the only old fuddy duddy in here? Hit me on my Nextel Chirp. All right. Deja says spiritualism can be exhausting and stressful. Yes, if you get exhausted, it means you're working hard. Absolutely. And also sometimes you get exhausted with the people. Sometimes. A lot of folks don't get that. So, hmm, Noonie had your phone. That's why I am starting with the life coaching aspect of it. One, I think so many people are truly out of alignment with their emotions. And when you're out of alignment with your emotions, you're out of alignment energetically. And when you're out of alignment energetically, nothing's going to work. Even if you're being taught by a global icon and a national treasure. Do y'all know when I was holding mentorship classes, a large part of it is getting people to understand that you have got your emotions have to be in line. Okay, it's not a matter of just being all angry and that generates more energy. You're not going super saiyan, people. Okay, the universe listens to what you throw at it the most, and most time no one's throwing love in their love workings. You need to come back so I can be mean to you, and that's how I want to start life coaching. So I'm like, eventually you should be able to look and go, you know what, if I just block you and go outside, I'll forget all about you because I'll meet somebody else. Or you'll have such knowledge of self that you'll go, well, I don't need to do a love spell because really what I want to do is make you suffer. So that is a baneful working. See what I did there? I used baneful. See what I did? Brees, part two is up now. Part two is on the website right now. Ash says, is five names too many for the petition working with the dead flowers around? No. Liquid Black Poetry said, I missed your answer to the catfish I found in my front yard a few days ago. I remember that. And thank you for your super chat when you asked that question. And the answer is a cat found it and drug it into your yard. That has no spiritual significance whatsoever. Or a bird dropped it. That could happen too. Okay. Someone asked me one time about finding a headless snake right outside their door. And I have to I don't know whether that's the child or the dog I smell. It could be either. It could be either. But someone asked about that, and I get it. A lot of times we will see something that looks a little out of whack. We go, wait a minute, somebody doing work, y'all. I promise you, people just not out here do. You smell it now? Oh, people are not out here doing work like that. I promise you. So, Liquid Black Poetry Lounge. Somebody, I mean, a cat or a dog found it. A bird dropped it. That's like not working. And the person with the snake, I promise you, a cat found that snake and chewed the head off of it. All right. Oh, tiptoe. I'm so far behind. I'm gonna have to speed up. Tiptoes. How can you message on the Voxer app? VOXER. Actually, if you go to the YouTube, go to my channel, go to the community section. I actually posted a post that has my entire like Voxer thing on there. Akeem, left hand work. No such thing in Hoodoo, my brother. Lotus Gold says how to help keep a cool head. That's why we're doing life coaching right there. What's up, Bella? I see you in there. That's why we're doing life coaching to show people how to maintain their emotions and focus their energy in the right direction and how to, look for the end result. You know what's so funny? I tell people all the time in spirituality nowadays, more people chase the method than the end result. I once had a godfather, not my current one, not William Cartagena, the awesome, but the one before him, who was like, I don't even care about being rich. I just want to be famous. And I'm like, dude, are you crazy? I'm gonna be that famous dude that no, not I mean that rich dude that no one knew was filthy rich because I'm still pulling up McDonald's and getting my 10-piece nugget meal, large size with a Diet Coke. Don't judge me. It evens out. If I get the Diet Coke, it evens out. Right? But when I say people chase the method, people are looking for the spookiest, most arcane method instead of focusing on the end result, which is I just want to be happy. And so maybe it's not with that person. A lot of times, and I told somebody else this, a lot of times, if you do 18 different love workings on someone and none of them landed, the lack of results is your answer. And divination should have told you that ahead of time. So you keep a cool head by trying, one, by focusing on the end result. And yeah, if you want something spiritual, at night, bathe your head in cool water with a splash of Florida water and some mint. Okay? Pray the 23rd Psalm. Now, when I say bathe your head, I mean put the Florida water, and the mint. You want fresh mint. And make sure you squeeze it. Get some of that good, mint essential oil into that water. And pray the 23rd Psalm and splash that water over your head, massage it into your temples, and make sure you pat some on the back of your head. Then wrap your head in something light colored, like white or something like that. Okay? Not pink, because pink is a derivative of red, so it's still a hot color. It's still a hot color. Okay? So, like a light blue. Blue is amazing. So, you know what? White or blue. White or blue. And that'll help you a lot. Sravani says, how to make my mother to accept my love marriage. What is a love marriage? I, isn't that just what they are? But Sravani, thank you so much for the super chat. What you do is I would put your mother in a sweetening jar, which is a jar which is just water, sugar, your mother's name, and if you want, okay, put your name, your potential husband's name, and your mother's name on a piece of paper and put it in the jar. Okay, maybe sprinkle some rose petals in there. And if your mom is prone to be hot headed, then look, just like I told the person up above, put some mint in there. Okay, pray Psalm 23. And when you're praying Psalm, I want you to focus on He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters, and he restoreth my soul. Pray the entire thing, but I want you to focus on those three passages, and make sure you shake it whenever you bring up your love marriage. Okay? Hope that helps. Tiptoe says Voxer, LMAO. Wow. Yeah. Tiptoe's been drinking again, y'all. King says kick KICK. And actually, we're about to go over there now. About to go over there now. Gracie says, can you talk about an ammonia jar? What about them? Ling says, question. I'd like to ask a straightforward question about how Jezebel is used in Hoodoo. Now, Ling, what if I was just going to read one more question, and that's what I read right there? You done burnt it up. No, I'm just kidding. Well, Jezebel root is used to break up couples. Um, Jezebel root is used to steal one part of a relationship away because you want them and you think they'll be better with you than with them. There we go. Thank you, brockkick.com/the broken prophet. We're about to go over there now. Matter of fact, I'm about to fire kick up now. Hold on. There we go. And boom. We got about 5 minutes over here, but kick is now live. It's now live. Make sure y'all head over there. God bless you. Mystery Lady Joy. Those dang cats, yes. And thank you for being a channel member. Cats will drop birds off. They will drop off snakes. They will drop off lizards. They like cats will drop a lot of stuff off. So if people think that like almost if people think a lot of things are a result of spirituality, cats will have you paranoid as hell. They will. Yummy Slice said, cats eat snakes? Jeez. Okay, so I'm in the middle of the woods. I live in the country. So the funny thing is, here you go, Noonie. I was driving down the road and I looked in a ditch. Dang on snake was wrestling, a cat was wrestling with a snake. And I'm like, boy, these country cats are savage. Alicia says, question, why every time my ex comes by, he leaves a lingering odor that lasts for hours, maybe even over a day that smells like farts? Because he need to wash his tail. Alicia, is that was that a real question? Is that you take a Zyrtec? Listen, y'all ever have people in your family that and some of y'all are this way too. You're weirdos. Like I don't believe in taking medication, but want to walk around here sneezing all day. Take something. I want to hear that. You hear that? Is the mic picking that up? Look, even Noonie making fun of her. Noonie like, is there such a thing as conjured plants? No. Well, there's one working that works with. What do you mean by conjured plants? Look, let me not. Let me not assume. I like how everyone is explaining to me what a love marriage is. Like, obviously, family. Mickey Barnett says, "Are you going to write a book?" I am doing courses now. I'm doing courses right now. Brock, hey Brock, if you still here, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming through. The only you can use the root for positive things as well. Um, if you're saying that because you feel like what I said is not positive, well, you cannot use Jezebel root for anything other than that. Anyone who says that, I don't know what they're talking about. It's Jezebel root. That's why. That is why I Sravani, you did not email me. You emailed the line that nobody monitors. Oh, and I'm glad you said that because y'all. So if you have had a webinar, cousin Pam, thank you for the super chat. If you've gotten a webinar and the webinar link was emailed to you from the King Loot Info, y'all, that's an outgoing only email. You know, you get an email and it says this email box is not monitored. That one is not. That one is not. Okay. Every so often, I may glance in there and I saw one person who was upset that I kicked him out of Discord, and they were like, this just happens every time I'm in a group. People just can't accept me. I'm like, well, maybe you need to change how you are. This before y'all get upset. What I meant is, if that's something that happens every time you go and be around some people, you need to fix yourself. Come to my life coaching. And honestly, I didn't want to say I kind of was rubbed the wrong way by them a couple of times myself, but I was trying to you know help them out. Be kind. Because y'all swear I'm mean. I was trying to be kind. Uh oh. Thank you, Cousin Pam. And happy birthday. I need to get in touch with that developer and be like, hey, your app is very interesting. Very interesting. Calico, thank you for subscribing. So anyway, the King Lou info email, yeah, don't nobody pay no attention to that. My email address is papa underscore lou at outlook.com. Tarot by Tia, what's going on? Oh, there you go. How are you? They said you can conjure plants to bring you money or love. There are a couple of workings that, that do that. I've given out one, but it's not like it's just a broad thing. Tara by Tia said, tap the screen. It's fun. Yeah, TikTok. Tap the screen. It's fun. I'm looking over there and I don't see the things flying up. King says, what tarot card should I get? Some that you'll stick with. It's 78 cards. So you're gonna have to learn the meaning and the reverse meaning. I don't subscribe to that. I just stare at the picture and see what it says. Like y'all gotta understand that these cards were done with specific meanings. And the world has gotten so lazy. That's why people like pendulums. because they don't want to memorize 78 cards and the reverse. That's like what 156 meanings. People don't want to take the time, and anybody can do it. The same. I have people telling me I can't memorize Bible verses, but you drive down the street rapping the fool out of some Glorilla. If you whatever you put your mind to. So Akeem, I say, get the Rider Waite deck, get the standard and go from there. Oh, and cousin Pam, to answer your question, there are no specific. It's my birthday, so it's more powerful workings. But I hope you have a very happy birthday. I remember to forget says, can you do a course on candle flame meanings? It wouldn't be a whole course because it's literally nothing. I mean, very short. And deity candles? No, there are no deities. There's the creator, the most high, and then a bunch of spirits that are below him but above us. Is eating in your dream a sign of an attack? No, it is a sign of being hungry. God bless you, Noonie. Oh, wait. Jay. Jay said if everyone's saying the same thing, they can't all be lying. No one else say anything. Jay, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Jay? And then we going over to kick. Yeah, twin flames are absolutely not a thing in hoodoo or anywhere else, really. So esoteric J says if everyone's saying the same thing, they can't all be lying. And it's funny because you know the spirits work in a mysterious way, right? The Most High, whoever. Because does anybody ever walk around and have a conversation with themselves? Like if someone asked me, boy, that'd be great. Oh, that'd be a great topic of conversation, right? I promise you this was it. I promise you this was it, right? Because this right here, what Esoteric J is saying is so false. False, false, false. This right here is how so many people get scammed and misled. You guys will see 100,000 followers behind a person and think they oh, okay, well, I got you now, Jay. But look, I'm glad you said it this way. People will see a person with 100,000 followers and go, "This person must know what they're talking about." No, I could have 100,000 followers by tomorrow, and it only cost me 79.99 on Fiverr. It's, it's the truth, right? But don't do it because they'll kick you out. I mean, unfortunately, we have become a society of look. I can have 300,000 for 129.99, but then your account is gone. You know, we like to just repeat things. I love Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke. And whenever I say that, someone invariably will say, those are worse for you than the regular Cokes. And then I say, well, how so? How? They never have an answer for that. Never. They've just heard it so much and they've been repeating it. We love to repeat stuff we hear. It's just like one ignorant nignog will say, "You got to be careful doing a love spell. It could make them what obsessed with you." No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Y'all saw that in the craft. Okay, that's not how it works. It's not. That's not how it works. We repeat things over and over and over, and then you'll hear things from all over, and people will say, well, like right here, they will say, "Well, Well, I mean, everybody can't be lying. It must be the truth if I'm hearing it from a bunch of different places. No, unfortunately, in the hoodoo community, you know what that means? They all read the same dumbass book. When you go to Facebook, you will see because a lot of y'all are on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. A lot of y'all are on Facebook, and you will see, or you'll be in like three different hoodoo groups, or you'll be in three different hoodoo subreddits. You see the same people in each one because everyone is chasing something different. But you know what I know y'all have seen? Y'all will see this person come to this one Facebook group or subreddit. On Monday, they're new. They'll ask a bunch of questions, and then you go to a new group next week, and now all of a sudden, they're the expert over there. Now all of a sudden, they're the expert over there. That ain't how. No, 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 no. No, but Jay, look, Jay didn't mean it like that. I just kept on going that way. Till Jay said, "You ready to come for me?" Y'all, he used to be Hoodoo Jay. Back in the day, his name was Hoodoo Jay. Hey, Noonie. And Hoodoo Jay used to ask a bunch of weird questions. And I think he was like, man, I'm tired of this. He changed his name to Esoteric J. So he just be all over the place now. Y'all, let's get out of here and go over the kick. Let's get out of here and go over the kick. Um, what is my link tree? What is my? Oh, you know what? You don't have to go to my link tree. You can go to www.trueconjure.com. It has all my links in there. All my links in there. So let's go over the kick, y'all. Baby embroidery queen, you never gonna let them live that down. I let all y'all live that down. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all do. Y'all know. Just not between the hours of midnight and 8 a.m. where y'all be wanting to text and email me. But let's go over there. Um, I think last night we were. I mean, and of course, when we go over the kick, I'm gonna do some Q&A over there as well. But we also gonna watch some horror shorts, some horror movies, and what did we do last night? Noonie, hush. Go over there and do that. Last night we were watching 20 versus 1 with my man Fleece Johnson. So if y'all were awake, it was it was funny. 20 versus 1 with Fleece Johnson. So who knows? And Kick, yeah, yeah, she wants to run her mouth too. Oh, and oh, wait, somebody hit the cash app. What? Nakia, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. All right, y'all. So let's see here. I. No, get. No, get. Whew. Jay said, back in the day, I was just overthinking, but now I just do it and don't really be having questions. Unless exactly, exactly. Honestly, that's why a lot of ladies have more success in this than fellas because like my ladies, y'all ask me for a working, I give y'all a working, y'all go do it. The dudes will not do it working until they've asked 85 questions about why it works. I'm like, if you don't get out of here, that right there is why you lonely. Because if I give you work, so here, do this working, and doggone, you better go slay them. They're like, oh, but why does this make her want to give up the goods, Prophet? Please explain to me the mechanism behind it. Be lonely. Be lonely. Shoot. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna put this on BRB. Now, when I put this on Be Right Back, the YouTube streams are gonna end, TikTok streams are gonna end, and everyone go over to kick.com/the broken prophet. All right. All right. So if you guys choose not to, no worries. No worries. I will see y'all next go round. Y'all have a good one. Prophet out. Let's go over to kick.